Hello, welcome to another video. Summer's here, isn't it? It's quarter to seven in the morning, and I'm out in t-shirt and shorts. It's cloudy, it's not cold. I think we're about 14 degrees according to my weather app. This morning, going for a quick ride. Ooh. And I'm going to show you my new Singlespeed bike. A Singlespeed, not as you know it. So why did I need a new Singlespeed bike, I hear you ask? Well, I've mentioned it a couple of times. I will do a video about it one of these days, but I've been playing Bikepolo for a few years. Like horse polo, but on bikes. It's good fun, can be a recipe for disaster. Totally safe, obviously. So certainly when you first start playing Bikepolo, you don't want to play on a particularly good bike, because it's going to get absolutely hammered. You'll fall off it, you'll rush into things, people will ride into you, ball will hit your wheels, you'll buckle your wheels. So I managed to get a 20 quid mountain bike, an old rally thing. I welded up the front suspension so it was solid. You don't want to be playing a ball with the mallet and suddenly find that you put your brake on and your front end dips by an inch. So it's welded up solid. Converted to single speed, get rid of all the gears. Got no time to change gear. And that was my Bikepolo bike. It served me well. For what it cost, it served me well. But now we're playing to a bit of a higher standard and don't actually crash it so often and fall off it so often. It made sense to get another new bike. I've been looking for a frame for a while. You can't really go to the shops and buy a polo bike. You kind of make them up. And I saw on Facebook, one of the FCC legends, Tim Smith, he'd got a Singlespeed with a stuck bottom bracket. Couldn't get it out. He tried, bike shop had tried, it wasn't coming out. Any excuse for a new bike, eh Tim? Anyway, I dropped him a message. I said, what are you doing with that old frame, by the way? And he said, well, if you can get the stuck bottom bracket out, you can have it. So I was going not too far from his house a few weeks ago, so I picked it up. Now, to be fair, it did take a lot of effort to get the bottom bracket out. I ended up cutting it out with the Dremel. It took about a week of effort, but I got it out. So therefore, I had the frame. Nice straight chain line, pedals, cheapest aluminium pedals I could find. They're not great. I'd rather have them with screw-in studs there, but they were something like £7. So for £7, they're actually not bad. What else have we got? We've got a rear wheel. That was the most expensive thing that I had to buy. So because I had the frame, it's a track bike frame. It's only 120mm rear hub, so I needed to find a wheel. Tried to find a second-hand one, couldn't find any, and I ended up accidentally ordering from a company called Santafixie. Now I thought they were in the UK, turns out they're not. Turns out they're in Spain, turns out they're in Barcelona. The 3 to 5 day delivery became almost 4 weeks. If anyone from Santafixie happens to watch this, sort yourselves out, boys. Would I recommend using them? No, not really. So wouldn't really recommend them if you want a quick delivery. However, the product is pretty good. So as you can see, we've got a deep section wheel. They're allegedly custom built to order. DT Swiss spokes. We've got a decent hub on it. Cartridge bearings in the hub. So the wheel is pretty good, and it's got a nice. I bought a nice free wheel to go with it. That's got a nice clicky action, so that's all good too. So I painted it in this grey. Had some of this grey paint. I bought the matte black. Sorry, not black at all. I bought the matte black green paint. I wasn't actually expecting it to be matte. That was a slight error. It was supposed to be gloss, which I hadn't realised it was matte when I bought it. Hadn't realised it was matte when I sprayed it. Once I put it on, come to look at it overnight, oh, in the morning it's matte. So I had a few logos kicking around, so it's not really a Lambretta, obviously. So I've got a few logos kicking around that I put on just to use them up. Had these lock-on grips, £2. Front wheel was a bargain. I got that for £1.99. The reason it was £1.99, you might just be able to see just there, it's got a broken off stud for the disc rotor. So 5 is perfectly good for this. At some point I will drill it out and well, try to drill it out and replace it, but it's fine on 5. It's no real problem for what I'm using it for. One of the Polo boys, John, he sold me the front forks and the master cylinder, Shimano master cylinder, for a whole £20. Red stainless steel brake disc rotor, I think that was £7. So all told, pretty cheap to build it up. So the frame is pretty much unrecognisable from the frame when it arrived. It was matte black, so it's great for it to get another lease of life. I think Tim's quite happy that it's actually back being used again. It would have been scrapped, as I say. It was a heck of a lot of effort to get the bottom bracket out, and I did end up having to cut it out with a Dremel. It was not pretty, I can assure you. So that is the new Polo bike setup. It's only a matter of time, isn't it? So once I've got to ride up a hill to get home, it's no problem on these little low spinny gears. Easy peasy, no need to worry about it. So that is my new single speed bike. So thanks again to Tim Smith for letting me see if I can get the bottom bracket out of that frame, and I'm glad I have. It's good to keep a bike in use. So I'll see you again in a few days' time. Don't forget to click the bell, like and subscribe. See you soon. Bye.